Welcome back to Real Talk with Kandi Thompson. Ah, you big jerk! What the hell is wrong?
And Garrett Gray.
What in the hell is wrong with you? Oh my gosh!
Oh.
You gave me a heart attack, Garrett. You're lucky I didn't punch you. I was almost getting some moves going, Garrett. I'm red.
You were so stunned. There was no way you were throwing a punch at that time.
Garrett, I didn't even think. Oh my gosh!
Oh.
That was we're on. That was really scary. And I'm not a jumpy person. My sister and my mom are very, very jumpy. It doesn't matter. Here we can walk around a corner and be like, oh, I'm like, we're in the same office together. But no,
I love doing the scaring people.
Hey,
it's a
happy
time.
Halloween.
Happy Halloween, guys.
Yeah,
this is the edition. All
this
right.
is it. And so, this is Halloween.
Yeah, it is Halloween.
So I hate Halloween. You know that. Yeah, I don't really like Halloween. But you know what I do love? I love fall. I love fall. I love all the fall decor.
Everything around Halloween you enjoy. The specific day or the celebration of Halloween you don't. Is what you're saying.
I don't like the dressing up in evil things. I don't like, but I like, we hand out candy and I used to celebrate.
I feel like you like the camaraderie part of it and like the public or the neighborhoods coming together part of it. But the specific of dressing up and
Satan's
being
holiday.
somebody. Yeah, see,
I
that's
don't
what
like
a lot
that.
of people do.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I mean, I was actually going to look it up, but when we started, I was trying to say because when I was doing some research on Halloween, it was actually created to ward off spirits and so on and so forth. But, hold on, I have it right here. It was, that's it. All Saints Day was November 1st.
Okay.
And then All Hallows Day was October 31st. So then you had Hallows Eve to ward off all the spirits, and then it was All Saints Day, and this was made by the Christianity spread of All Saints Day, November 1st. So you warded off spirits, October 31st, dress up, bonfires.
Halloween is not a Christian holiday. And then that is a pagan holiday.
No.
It is not a Christian holiday.
I'm talking about the All Saints Day. It started as a Christianity spread. The Halloween, the Hallows Eve, was that
and
part.
Then the world
and then Christianity said, "Hey, let me take it over. I'm going to have All Saints Day. We're gonna get the spirits out of here on November. October 31st.
Yeah,
and that's what
because there's something to do with like all of the evil realms like aligning in like spirit.
Supposedly the wall between spiritual and real, right, is very thin at that time because of wherever we're moving or the actuation of the world of the 2/3. So
you must be very cautious,
right? That's when they're able to make their trains over, right?
Yeah, and that's when they get you.
Yeah.
Does that scare you?
Yeah. She's gonna try to get me back. I know it.
I'm gonna get you. It just won't be on camera.
But
I'm gonna be wearing a camera everywhere I go now.
But then if you have and look at like the Spanish or Mexican holiday of De los Muertos, right? The celebration of the dead,
yeah. The
right?
celebration
that's the same
of the
thing,
dead.
But that's just
I don't think
remembering.
you said it right, but I think that's what it is. Look it up. It's
De los Muertos. I think it's that. Yeah, the Day of the Dead.
Yeah, but I don't think that's how it's pronounced. But we're gonna find out. Adam will look it up because Adam knows all things.
There you go. Mm-hmm. All things by Adam.
So yeah, no, you're right, and it is. So, like growing up, I mean, we participated in Halloween. We didn't know any different, right? And then with my kids, I mean, I didn't know. I didn't like the holiday even before I kind of knew that it wasn't. I always knew that it wasn't a holiday of Jesus,
well,
but
I didn't technically a holiday, really, because it's not observed by anything. It's just a day.
It's a day, yeah. And so I didn't like that day, like with my kids, but I would always, let them participate and would never dress them up in anything evil, right?
Right.
I think we talked about that. They were...
Yeah, I think we did this last year, because at the end of the day, this is our full year.
Second
this is like
Halloween talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, so... But I did. I mean, my girls were thing 1 and thing 2. That
Yeah.
was fabulous. They were a pair of dice at one point in time.
A
My
pair
gosh,
of dice.
Yeah, no, it was great. I used a refrigerator box, and it was so heavy. Those poor girls, they'd like have to sit and put the box on the ground because it was too heavy to stand, and we couldn't go anywhere where there were stairs, or they weren't making it.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it was really cute.
Were they
And then-
connected dice?
Nope, they were each a separate dice. They were a pair of dice.
They never did like the donkey, like the head and the butt.
No, I
connection?
didn't. I don't know who I would have made the butt.
No? Oh,
yeah.
okay, yeah.
But I'm like, so you get to be the tail and
yeah,
you
I
get
guess
to be the head.
Yeah, your face is going to be present. And yours is not.
That's
so,
right. That's
sorry.
right. But we also did, one of my favorite that we did was, one of them was Hannah Montana and one of them was Miley Cyrus.
I think that's a good one.
That was super fun.
Especially for twins.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah. And then, I mean, so we did fun ones, but like it wasn't any, our always go-to. This is our go-to. If ever at any point in time, because you know this happens, it's the day of something and they go, Mom, we're supposed to dress up today. Huh? You have to leave for school in 15 minutes. What do you mean you're supposed to be? All right, girls, you're cowgirls. Let's do this. So you get the freckles, pigtails, find a handkerchief somewhere, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, here you go. Put on boots. You're a cowgirl. That's
Done.
our go-to
Yeah,
always.
Always the go-to.
Yeah. But yeah, it was, so we would do that and they would trick or treat. I mean, we for 4 years lived in the most, sought after trick or treating neighborhood ever. But it was funny because my girls were little. So we never really got to be the ones that hand out candy because we were always out there doing it. Yeah. And then this year, so one thing that I always wondered about, and it was interesting because our pastor talked about it this year, was how churches do trunk or treats, right? So this is a, pagan holiday, if you will. It is, really like you should be very cautious because it is the line between, spiritual and real is very thin and the spirits are getting you. Rawr.
Rawr.
And they are, and so it is something to be cautious about, right? To not play with. Right. And so, but then there's trunk or treats. And so our pastor was saying that they're not celebrating anything. They're just providing an environment on this day that could be really, really bad and really, crazy for people to go and actually to experience something. They actually get a lot of people that come to church by going to the trunk or treat.
I mean, again, it all comes down to bringing, and it said it multiple times. I actually was doing, when I was doing my research, it brings it up to where it's a lot of bringing the community together or the neighborhood together or knowing your neighbor or getting involved. And it kind of opens that area up to where it's not a weird deal walking down the street, knocking on someone's door. Where when we were growing up, that's the only way you got a hold of people, right? People don't know how to even knock on doors anymore.
Okay,
so
I have to tell you a really funny story though. You know how you're always raised, I mean, aside from Halloween, that's the one official day that it's totally fine to knock on a neighbor's door and ask for candy, right?
Correct.
But any other time, you're not supposed to take candy from strangers.
Right.
So there was a time that we were, there was a family in need in the community. And so I had put something out on social media that we're collecting things. If anybody has anything for this family, they can drop them off at our house. So it was in the morning one day and a car pulled up and I didn't know these people, but basically the mom gave the son, he was probably like 8 years old, told him to run this stuff up. So he runs up to my house. I'm like, thank you so much. And so he keeps standing there and I'm like,
which running up to your house is, it's quite a jaunt.
No, different house.
Oh, different house?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
I was going to say,
yeah. He was not going to.
I don't think I'd run up that hill.
No. Yeah, we don't even get trick or treaters.
I wouldn't imagine why.
This was when we lived on Westview, where that's the neighborhood, right?
Yeah.
And so he runs up and he gives me the stuff, but then he keeps standing there, and I'm like, I'm not really sure what. And he says, so my mom told me to ask for candy, and I felt so bad. I go, oh my gosh, I am candy. He's thinking he's hit the jackpot. Mom hands him the stuff, says, go ask for candy. He thinks he's finally got the green light to go to some stranger's door and ask for candy, but it was me. And if I did actually have candy in the house, which I don't eat candy, if I did, I would have given it to him. I didn't have anything.
Like here, you can walk off with this scooter.
Literally, I know. I mean, I would have liked to
take this. I don't know.
Here's a glass blown piece of candy. Here, I felt so bad. I'm like,
here's
so
a Coke.
sorry.
I don't know. I just
funny?
take something.
He was like not leaving. He said, So I, so my mom told me to ask for candy. I'm like, oh, I am Kandi. So needless to say, he hates me, right? Like he was not excited that I was the candy that she said to ask for. But that cracks me up. That's such a funny
hilarious.
thing.
That's a good story. That's a funny story because not everybody's named Kandi.
No.
So it's like,
well, it's never happened before. And like, just what are the odds that this poor little boy, well, I mean, a couple times, but people now come to my door all the time and ask for candy. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I am Kandi. No, it was just super funny how that whole thing, and I felt bad for him, and he's traumatized. That kid is traumatized. He's never asking for candy again in his whole life.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a lesson. Who knows? Okay. So, also, we have the results from our airplane mode.
Oh, yeah.
Which are kind of creepy, to be honest with you.
I think that on my side of Instagram, it was 50-50. Everybody answered. There was nobody that answered that they didn't fly.
Okay.
Right? But there was a 50% that said, oh, actually, I take that back. There was a 39, last time I checked, it was a 39% that said I do it every time. And then there was a 67% saying reversed. 67% saying I do it all the time. 39% saying I never do it.
Okay. So there's a lot of percentages, but it's fine. Yeah.
I don't know. It's just
don't listen to Adam.
I haven't checked.
Adam doesn't know math.
It just tells you.
Adam doesn't know how to add. So listen, this is what's so funny.
It just said it on the thing. I don't know.
It says, so this is what I found. When I did research, I found that in 2017, about 17% of people said that they don't turn on airplane mode.
Yeah.
Today, 40% of people don't turn on airplane mode. And actually 13% of that never turned it on. So 40% might just forget, right? 40%. And so I was like, okay, well, what are the real reasons why you would turn on airplane mode, right? Is it safety? It is. Actually, the reason that you turn on airplane mode, this is a public service announcement. The reason you turn on airplane mode is because the interference in your phone getting service could interfere with the headset that the pilots have in them trying to transmit information. And in a crucial moment when you're going down, you need to have the pilots being able to hear what's going on.
Okay, so it's not the point of when you're just flying, it's when you're actually crashing already.
It's going to cause the crash. It's going to cause the crash.
It's going to cause the crash.
It is. It's going to cause the crash. And they said other things are like, there's many people that they secretly call and they secretly text while they're on airplanes. That was funny. It was a small percentage of people that do that. But one thing is, so of like the big fears and concerns on why you would not do this, you would not do it because you could get roaming charges. So you could get bad roaming charges.
Off. If you have roaming on at this point, like
no, don't tell people how to fly airplane mode off. So then you can get roaming charges.
Turn roaming off, please. If you don't already do that in this society and you're paying for this, there's a bigger problem at hand. Okay?
This is another public service announcement. So, and then also that your battery life, it said battery life. And I'm like, well, you can plug your phone into the airplane now. So there goes that. And
which there's also a spoof behind that when you do the plugins, not just like the wall plugs, but they're actual USB plugins that it could be connected to something and download all of your information because you're plugging it in instead of having an outlet. Because when you plug a USB port into anything, computer, whatever, what happens? Do you trust this computer? Do you want this computer?
That wouldn't bother me, Garrett. What about you?
Me? I'm just saying everything's on my phone. I don't need them to be any more in depth into my phone. Hey, look, you took precautions this morning that I don't think a lot of people would take.
I said to Garrett, let me, can I use your phone real quick? Actually, I don't even think I said that. I grabbed it and put it in front of his face to get it because I needed
your phone.
I needed to get information.
That's fine.
And he started sweating bullets. And I was like, oh my gosh. And so he's like, I think I deleted that. I'm like, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not looking at anything. I'm not even going to look at your search history. All I need to do is just search this. I just need to type this one word in so I can get this information.
I was like, that's pretty daring of you to be scrolling around on a guy's phone. You don't know what you're going to.
I was very afraid. I want you to know. Probably as afraid as you when you said boo. That was as scared as I was. I just didn't scream.
No, it's fine. My phone's pretty clean.
That's why I was already on edge. I was already on edge because I was already so afraid about being in your phone.
Because you're not normally scareable, right? That's what you're trying to get at.
No, I don't like to be scared.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, you don't. I don't like. I mean, these guys in the office, they do it all the time.
Yeah.
Like we have vendors that come in and like hide in here until somebody comes in.
Yeah.
No, I don't like.
They're
to be
hiding
scared.
in here, or or they just happen to be sitting here waiting for somebody?
No, they're hiding, waiting for someone to come up. Yeah. You know, I have surveillance on the whole thing in my office, so I'm watching this go down.
It even says front door. So you know somebody has walked into the office.
No, literally. You know what's hilarious? I watched the other day. So I'm on the other end of the office.
Right.
So I have surveillance. That way, if there's some scuffle happening, I can come out. Or if everyone's gone, I can see if it's them coming in or if I need to go up to the front. So the other day I heard the door and I just happened to be looking at the direction of the cameras when somebody came to the front door, and we have Vivint home security. And so on the front and the back, it'll say front door, back door. It says garage door, side door. We have a lot of doors. So like, if you're here by yourself, we want to make sure that somebody knows which door is opening, right? So it'll say front door. It scared the girl to death. She like took cover. It was hilarious. It was so funny. And I came out and she's like, oh my gosh, your thing's scared. And I was dying. I'm like, I watched the whole thing. It was so funny. Yeah, it was really, really funny. It actually scared her to death.
Yeah.
And that's not really ever happened before.
See, that's why I also like watching like the school security cameras, because I've seen some weird things and some funny things. I actually have a montage of people falling.
Oh gosh, that's hilarious.
It's really great. I'm afraid to have it.
Thing.
Yeah, I'm afraid to put it out there. I'm waiting until like, I leave or whatever. But it's kind of funny when some teachers will come up and be like, Garrett, you gotta check this out.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And then you have other teachers that are like, I didn't fall. And I'm like, what? Yes, you did. You stepped in this hole right here and face planted.
That's funny.
Yeah.
No, there's a lot of funny things.
The worst one was with Kelly Hunkins walking in just the levelest path ever.
Oh gosh.
And she's walking and it looks like her knee just gave out and she just falls forward.
No.
I'm like,
oh no.
my God.
No, that's really okay. So for those of you that are falling,
older, right?
Red light therapy, right? Red light
we
therapy.
talked about that.
Yeah. Oh, I was also gonna say, so what we wanted to share, because we do have a sponsor for this month's episodes, right? For October's episode, is Tan Yer Hide Salon. One thing we wanted to mention is that if you do ever decide to sponsor, you're actually sponsoring for the whole month.
Yeah.
So we'll mention you on each time. And one thing that Tan Yer Hide is actually coming out with right now in Amador County. So Diff Sunglasses, DIFF.
Yes.
They already carry Diff sunglasses, but Diff does promotions with like different television series and shows, and they have like a Marvel series, which they carry all of the glasses from like the Marvel, characters.
Oh,
and so
I get it. Like
they're
Iron
doing
Man's and
right now they have a Yellowstone series.
Yes.
For any of you that watch Yellowstone, they have a Yellowstone series. So coming in like the next week to 2 weeks at Tan Yer Hide will be the Yellowstone series. So the Rip Wheeler glasses, and they're awesome with the gold rim.
Yeah.
And it's funny because we have
aviators, right?
They are, yeah. But the girls
branded.
One of the girls in my office got them, and so they're so cute. So they're for girls or guys.
Cool.
We also have the John Dutton glasses.
See, I want those ones. Those what I want to get.
They're awesome. And then there's 3 different styles of the Beth Dutton glasses.
Nice.
So those will be being carried at
Tan Yer Hide.
Tan Yer Hide here in the next,
Jackson,
I would say middle of November. 559 South Highway 49 in the Mother Lode Plaza.
South Highway 49.
Yeah, so there's actually a really cute boutique in there. You Tan Yer Hide. Anyway, so there's the shout out to Tan Yer Hide.
Yeah, my next adventure is writing jingles for small businesses. So shout out to me.
Just chat GPT it.
Good luck with that. Yeah. What's that new trend? It's like I woke up today trying to see if I have a hidden talent. Nope, going back to my 9 to 5.
Yes. Okay. So this was really funny, and then I'll stop talking about trends. But did I show you the video? So I got a text message from my sister, and it was like all of these like videos of her and everyone telling like this really dumb joke and then laughing hysterically. And I was like, what is this? Then she showed me the TikTok trend. So I did it with my mom.
I saw that.
Oh. Hey, Mom. Why do eggs not tell jokes?
Eggs?
Yeah.
Something to do with their yolk?
No, because they would crack each other up.
I actually
hilarious.
died laughing when you said that because it was a funny joke too.
It was a funny joke.
funny
Okay,
joke.
this is the joke.
I'm
Why
a
don't
big bad joke
eggs
guy.
tell jokes? Because they crack each other up. That was so
But
funny.
your laugh after
Oh, it was
was
hysterical.
so funny. Because she just goes absolutely off the charts loud.
And my mom's
like,
afraid. My mom is scared. Like, what are you doing? And
Yeah,
she
it's
even
funny.
says, oh my gosh. Like, she didn't even know how to respond. That was really funny. So look up I think it's the dumb joke, obnoxious laugh trend on TikTok. That's really funny. So, any other big
Be
deals?
safe for Halloween.
Be
Watch your
safe.
little ones.
Be safe.
Be wary of
check
what
your
you
candy.
get. And check your candy. Please,
Yes,
always
yes,
check your
yes.
candy. If the house light's not on, they're
Yes.
not home.
Yes.
Always remember, stay safe, and we'll catch you guys next time.
Yes, thanks, you guys. Have a good week. All opinions expressed are those of the host and guest and do not reflect the official stance of Berkshire Hathaway Home Services or Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Divine Properties or any affiliated entities. This podcast does not constitute legal, financial, or real estate advice, and listeners are encouraged to consult with qualified professionals regarding their specific needs. While we strive to provide accurate information, we make no guarantees regarding the completeness or reliability of any information discussed. We are not responsible for any actions taken by listeners based on the content of this podcast. Additionally, topics covered in the podcast are based on the host's experience and opinions and may not apply to all situations. Listeners are reminded that real estate laws and regulations may vary by location, and information may become outdated over time. By listening to this podcast, you agree to release the host, guests, and any associated entities from any liability related to the topics discussed.